the kitchen. I'm Chef Victoria Love, and today we're going to make a ginger cinnamon applesauce cake. This is so delicious, and we're going to use the fresh applesauce I just made, so please check out that video. And I use McIntosh apples for the applesauce. And in this recipe, we're going to use Golden Delicious. We're going to grate those. We're also going to have flour, sugar, cinnamon, and ginger, and this candied ginger from Trader Joe's. You can get this at any grocery store too. It's crystallized candied ginger. It's so good. And some brown sugar, baking soda, baking powder, vanilla, and butter. So let me get everything mise en place and I will show you how to make it.
Please click like and subscribe so we can bring you more recipes.
I've had my butter out at room temperature, so it's nice and soft. It should be soft enough for you to do this. If it isn't that soft, then put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds and that will help it out. So we're just gonna get this in there. Once it's been paddled and it's nice and soft, we're gonna add in our ½ cup of granulated sugar. And we're gonna mix that together on low speed. Now make sure you scrape down the sides of the bowl and the paddle attachment to make sure everything's mixed in. Now we're gonna add in our light brown sugar, and that is a ½ cup tightly packed. Put that in there, again on low speed. After that's mixed in together, we're gonna add our 1 cup of applesauce, and this is the homemade applesauce I made, so check out that video. If you don't have homemade, of course, just use commercial applesauce, and this is plain, no cinnamon flavored applesauce. And to that, we're gonna add our 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now we're gonna add our 1 teaspoon of finely chopped candied ginger. And if you notice, this recipe doesn't have any eggs in it, and that is because applesauce actually is a substitute for eggs in a lot of recipes. So if you ever have someone who is allergic to eggs, you can substitute applesauce in a recipe and it should turn out perfectly fine. Here we have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that we're going to add ½ teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a ½ teaspoon of ground ginger. Just get that all stirred together. It smells so good. And to this, we're gonna add in all of our dry ingredients. Get that in there all at once. Now we don't want to overmix this. This is a cake. We want it tender and light. So once you put in the dry ingredients, we're just gonna let it mix only for about that much, because now we're gonna add in our grated apples. Now I'm using Golden Delicious apples for the grated apples inside. The applesauce, I used McIntosh apples, and the reason I'm using the grated Golden Delicious apple is that the Golden Delicious really doesn't break down into applesauce mush. It holds its flavor and its taste and its texture inside the cake. So when you bite into the cake, it'll be really nice and moist and tender. You'll be able to taste those little pieces of apple. So I'm gonna peel this and then grate it on the box grater, and we need a ½ cup. And now we're gonna add in our ½ cup of grated Golden Delicious apples. And now we'll mix it till it's completely combined. So we wanna stop as soon as we see it is completely combined. That is good. We don't wanna overmix it. We're gonna put our cake batter into an 8-inch cake pan that I've already sprayed with nonstick spray and lined with parchment paper, so that will help it get out. So we're just gonna fill this up. Once you get all the batter in there, just spread it out to the edges to make it nice and flat. There we go. So I'm gonna pop this into a 325-degree oven. Here's our beautiful apple cake out of the oven, and it was in there for 1 hour and 5 minutes at 325 degrees. It did take a while to get baked in the center because there's so much applesauce and apples in there. We're gonna let this cool, and then I can unmold it, and we're gonna dust it with some powdered sugar. While the cake is still warm, you just wanna invert it onto a plate and remove the parchment paper. And then we can just flip this over onto the plate. And I'm just gonna dust the top with some powdered sugar, and then that'll hide that mark I made when I was testing for doneness. Obviously, if you have a cake skewer, that doesn't make as much of a mark as a paring knife does, so use that instead. Here's our beautiful ginger cinnamon applesauce cake. This looks phenomenal. I'm gonna have to cut into it and take a bite. Doesn't that look phenomenal? Look how beautiful that is. It smells fantastic. Look at the crumb on the inside. And I'm gonna have to take a bite. Oh, that was so good. It is so moist, and the ginger cinnamon flavor is wonderful in this cake. I love it. This is like my new favorite cake to make. I'm going to make a whole bunch of these for our Thanksgiving special at the school, so please, maybe you want to add it to your Thanksgiving meal. It is simple and easy, and the applesauce recipe is also on my YouTube channel, so check that out. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of it, and come back and check out more of our videos. Thank you so much for watching. For more recipe demonstrations, please click like and subscribe to Chef Victoria Loves YouTube channel and have fun in the kitchen. Thank you.